Let's go.
Yeah. We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
By popular demand.
This week, the Hype Podcast. I am the host with no name.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
And we are kicking it with you every single week as long as we feel the need. So you need to make us feel the need by hitting us up at 503-776-0167. Leave us a message. Hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/The Hype Podcast. Tell us what you want to hear from us. Maybe it's a little diesel fresh. Maybe it's something we got on the show this week. People are burning LeBron James jerseys again. Hey, we all wonder why that is. Elijah Cummings, our Baltimore congressman, rest in peace. I'll tell you a little bit about that. The juicy memoirs by Elton John coming up right here on the 5 Minutes of Funk. George Spencer, fill you in on him. You don't know about him. And we're going to give you Chuck Norris's 12 rules of life that you need to live by. That's right. 12 rules of life, Chuck Norris. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back. Let us serenade your eardrums. Well, let Chuck Norris serenade your eardrums because I don't want to take the credit. Because I don't want to get beat up by Chuck Norris.
Okay.
What? You're not intimidated by Chuck at all?
No. I wrote a beautiful tease, and that was not what I was going for. So this week on the Hype Podcast, I am looking forward to finally being in the lab. I will tell you that I am tired because I do a lot of shit. My name is DJ Oh So Fresh, and I am ready to tell you how to really get down. I want to give a shout out to Beth. She's one of our new listeners. She says, "When should I call in?" I said, "Whenever the fuck you want to," because we don't do the show live. It does amaze a lot of people that we don't do the show live. They're like, call in. But if you want to get in touch, you can hit us up on the Hype line. It's 503-776-0167. And shout out to this guy, Patrick Ricos. He did not the Hype Podcast theme. This is called Hot Coffee. Where you can find him on YouTube. He is a musician and he makes some hot shit.
Dude, do people not understand when I tell them to call us and leave a message? They don't. Do they not capture all that?
No, they don't capture that. All they hear is call us.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know you should have put your little tease intro up there because I thought that was just the description you wrote out this week.
Yeah, that's just it. It just sounded so legit. So here's the tease I wrote out. This week on the Hype Podcast, I'm giving you the best life hack ever to live by. We're going to put you up on the Chuck Norris code. And Whitney Houston, that dead bitch, she's going on tour. Elton John, he's talking a lot of shit. And Portland happens to have $50 million to throw away. Hold my beer, people, because LeBron James is doing politics again. I really want to welcome you to the Hype Podcast. I'm excited to be here.
As you should be. I'm actually applauding you as well today.
I will take all the applause I can get because, yes, it is damn early on a Sunday morning. I got shit to do today, but I'm going to knock out some fucking Hype Podcast shit today. And I want to send
wait a minute. What do you have to do today that's more important than the Hype Podcast?
The shit I plan to do today. The Hype Podcast is a high priority on Thursdays. Today I work a couple jobs. I work all day and then I spend all night. And then I spend between Sunday and Monday getting about 2 hours of sleep and go to Toastmasters and work again. So Sundays are fun days for me.
Have you ever considered, like maybe quitting your job so you can go to Toastmasters and do the Hype Podcast well rested?
I tried quitting my job, and that's the Wells Fargo, my lien holder on my house, did not like the fact that I quit my job. They were not feeling that.
They did not approve.
No, I quit. I straight up quit my last radio job. If anybody wants to know, and if you need to know this about me, I don't get fired very much. I have been fired, but I quit. I quit. Dude, this is just not working out. The long term, me being here is fucking with my sanity, so I no longer want to be here anymore. So usually when I quit a job, I give you about 30 days notice and say, hey, yeah, Do I got any sick days left? Let's use all those motherfuckers. Because you know what? I can't leave with them. You know, just like when you die, you can't take your money with you. When you leave your job, you cannot take your sick days with you. I just want to let you know that. That is a tip from the Hype Podcast.
Dude, let me tell you. I know it's the respectful thing to, give your 2 weeks or give your 30-day notice and shit. But each time that I've done that, don't you notice like the downturn in people's attitude towards you? Like you're just ostracized. You have to eat alone in the break room. Nobody wants to fucking call you for shit. And when they do, they got to take that subtle jab like, hey, I know you're on your way out, but I was just wondering if you could help me with something.
Yeah, well, I already had a downturn on how I felt about those people in general, so that's why I'm quitting. Yeah, I mean, I've chosen to ostracize the job from my life, so it's good. It's pretty fucking legit that I'm leaving. Hey, me, look, you see that door? I'm leaving.
You said, see that door? I'm out of here.
Yeah, like your dad when you went out to get a pack of smokes. I'm just like that, but I'm going to give you a month's notice.
Dude, imagine that, dude. Imagine your dad's going out for a pack of smokes and gives you 30 days notice. He's like, check it out. End of the month.
I'm going
right
out
after I get paid. So I'm going out to get smokes.
So where are you at right now?
Me, I am hanging out in the cesspool that is Los Angeles, California. I was gonna go to the Comedy Store last night, but I was a little bit too tired. So I just kind of chilled out, played some online video games. I was definitely gonna go see if I could check out Joe Rogan in his natural habitat, but it didn't work out.
His natural habitat is around sweaty men, from what I've seen.
No, he's at the Comedy Store like 3 or 4 nights a week, working on his new comedy specials and shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just saying I usually see him around sweaty men and interviewing 90% of the people he interviews I don't give a fuck about. But he asks them questions about people I do give a fuck about. So every once in a while I check out Joe Rogan. He is an amazing, thoughtful person. And hey, if you're checking out my podcast, Joe Rogan, I just want to send a capital fuck you so you can get mad and talk shit to me on Twitter. You know, I want another thing I'm loving about social media right now is like people just talk shit on there. It's like, go ahead and talk shit to me because I'm not there.
Yeah. I mean, people in Florida that are like, pull up, oh so fresh.
And if somebody talks shit about you on Facebook and you don't see it, does it really exist?
Get it, guys? That's like the ancient Chinese proverb.
Yeah,
if a tree falls from the woods and nobody's around, does it make a sound?
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't make a sound. No, it makes a big thud because I'm taking out motherfuckers. You can't make threats. Remember, you cannot make threats. It is not okay to make any type of threat because you got little kids going to jail for some serious fucking time right now because they said, "Hey, I'm going to go blow my school up." Yeah, don't say that. I'm not blowing anything up, and I don't plan to hurt anybody. I mean,
except for their feelings.
Yeah, I will hurt your feelings, and the only thing I want to do to you is make love to your eardrums. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. 5 minutes of funk going right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
First up in the wonderful world of sports, guess whose jersey they're burning again? That's right, LeBron James is out there politicking, and people are not having it. He finally just said, you know what?
NBA star LeBron James, who appeared to support China rather than pro-democracy demonstrators. His remarks outraged protesters who are also punishing brands that appear to take China's side.
Don't fuck with China.
How are protesters showing their anger?
The anger was swift. LeBron James, a beloved athlete in Hong Kong, was now the target. Protesters here burned and trampled his jerseys.
Fuck that guy.
But back home, James stood tall and doubled down.
If you feel passionate about it, talk about it. If you're not, if you don't have a lot of knowledge about it or you don't quite understand it, I don't think you should talk about it.
So let's get this straight, sir. You don't have enough knowledge about it, and you have sold your soul. You have sold your soul. You're like, I give a fuck about black kids dying in America, but boy, man, Let a couple of those Asian motherfuckers get beat up fighting for their fucking freedom. Fuck them, because I felt in danger when I went to go play basketball there last week. Oh, wow, that sucks. It's just as bad as when you left Cleveland.
Hey, LeBron, when's the last time you were censored or oppressed? Go fuck yourself, dude. Next up, in politics, we are in mourning this week. Well, somebody is. Not necessarily us. But Elijah Cummings, Baltimore congressman and civil rights leader. He marched with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., dies at age 68. And there's one thing I got to say about it. He's not a liar. Because he said, I quote, Donald Trump will get reelected over my dead body.
Oh, man. Yeah, and I think that's what's going to happen. Just in case you're wondering, I say it many times. I'm not a Trump supporter, but he's getting reelected. So yeah, get ready. If you were planning to move to Canada last time, you should probably work on those plans again, because yeah, it's happened another fucking 4 years. Wait, I'm supposed to vote for fucking Joe Biden? Yeah. That motherfucker can't. I thought Bernie Sanders was fucking senile. No, Joe Biden is fucking senile. And my son, and the son was on the fucking take too. That's what's funny. Nobody wants to talk about the fact that Joe Biden's son was on the take. I think he was making $86,000 a month. That's a fair share of money. Just a fair share.
Next up in entertainment, we have all the juicy details of the Elton John memoir. And this one I already knew, that he was Eminem's AA sponsor. Did you know that?
I did not know that. I knew they put their differences aside because Eminem likes to say words that are detrimental to people that are gay. So
Elton John's new book, his memoir, which is called Me, and he talks about his relationship with Michael and compares him. Says that he saw a lot of things that reminded him of Elvis Presley.
Yeah, that they were both very solitary, that they retreated into their homes and never would venture out because they became paranoid. And he says Michael Jackson suffered a severe mental illness.
No shit. See, that was revealing to me. There's a couple other details that came out too that he witnessed. This guy witnessed Richard Gere and Sylvester Stallone almost fight over Princess Diana. Now, Princess Diana, let's be fucking honest. And you know what? There's probably somebody in the UK or any of the countries that the Queen is queen of that will disagree with me. Princess Diana necessarily wasn't all that fucking hot to me. I mean, let's be honest with you. I mean, she's been dead 20 years. Would I fight over her? I mean, I'm very hesitant to fight over any piece of pussy. But would I fight over Princess Diana? No. But bragging rights on banging her out? I'd fight for those.
But, she's a princess, man. She's a princess. Nobody gives a fuck.
You know what? I'll just, if I need a princess, I'll just masturbate and watch Frozen. All right? Good enough.
Next up, local news. Now, also, break this down for me. Who exactly is Jordan Schnitzer, and why does this fucking Multnomah County have $58 million to get rid of?
Well, the Schnitzers are like the Carnegies in this town. I mean, they own a lot of real estate. They're philanthropists. I don't think they had any like antitrust suits back in the day like the Carnegies did, but they're doing it big. And I'll give you the details and we'll talk about it in a second.
The jail was built back in 2004 for $58 million, but it never housed an inmate. Schnitzer wanted to work with nonprofits and the county to turn it into a homeless shelter, but he just couldn't get it done.
I'm seeing tent people on my parking lot.
Me too.
And they could have beds here and have training here and have clean bathrooms and showers.
Schnitzer said he would have leased that property for $1 a year, but he never got an offer.
So how it works is the city paid $58 million to build a jail in 2004. And no one ever occupied this jail. They sold it to Schnitzer for $5 million at the beginning of this year or late last year. So he was like, hey, check this out. you know what? We have a big homeless problem. I will lease it to you for $1. So you can let homeless people live the fuck in here. And the city was like, and the city and the activists were like, no, there's bars. So we don't want homeless people to feel like they're in jail. Hey, it's jail enough being on the street on crack. That's I think that's a prison all to itself.
Hang in there, white people. You'll make it.
You'll make it.
It's the sensitive society, man. And it's because people don't have any fucking moral compass anymore. All they want to do is find people who think the same way they do and agree with all their own shit. It's fucking retarded.
Well, everybody wants to feel good. Everybody wants everybody else to feel good. You know what? I pay to feel good, whether it be edibles, sex, whatever the fuck. I'm paying for everything that feels good in my life. It is warm in my fucking house right now, and that feels good, and I fucking pay for that shit. Reminds me, I gotta get a thermostat. If you want to get me something for Christmas as a sponsor, a Nest thermostat would be great. It would save me a lot of money in the long run. We are not sponsored by Nest, but you can sponsor my ass to get a fucking Nest, because that's awesome.
Speaking of feeling good, last but not least, number 5, now that's news, and you're not going to believe this. Your feel-good story of the day, Whitney Houston hologram is going on tour, baby. Hell yeah.
An evening with Whitney promises live singers and dancers set to digitally remastered versions
like
of
Tupac
classics.
See, they're going to take this thing on tour in Europe. Then they're going to take it around the rest of the world. Then they're going to bring it here. And they did it with Tupac. I know they did it with Old Dirty Bastard. They've done it with a few people where they just bring them back to life. So, how do we get new shit? Everything, even they did it to Princess Leia. I mean, fuck. What's next?
If they did a Prince world tour, I would definitely fucking go to that.
No, Prince, before Prince died, Prince actually commented and said he thought it was demonic.
Really?
Yeah, but Prince is, but he was a Jehovah's Witness on drugs, so I think there's some contradictions in his shit too. If you die of a drug overdose, you can't take the high ground. I just want to give you that,
Yeah. And that is this week's 5 Minutes of Funk right here in the Hype Podcast.
Five.
Now, I want to jump right into this because Mr. Carlos Ray Chuck Norris has been a hero of mine for a long, long time. Actor, screenwriter, film producer, and martial arts extraordinaire. Has 12 rules for life that you absolutely 100% should be living by, oh so fresh. And if you're not living by those, you're wrong.
So this Chuck Norris thing came to my attention this week. In my vast travels of YouTube, I come across this video. And I'm talking about Chuck Norris. Walker, Texas motherfucking Ranger Chuck Norris. Like the guy who has he has a fist in his beard, fool. Now, Chuck Norris, I want to tell you, 183 wins in his lifetime karate record. 183 wins, 10 losses, 2 draws. So Floyd Mayweather has 50. So Chuck Norris has whooped a lot of ass, and it's actually all on tape. So that's some real shit. But
no, I also want to point out that Khabib, the undefeated UFC fighter, has a little over half as many as Floyd Mayweather. So a mixed martial artist and a boxer combined barely have over half the amount of wins that Chuck Norris himself has in his entire career.
So you can learn karate. You can learn any type of martial art that you want to. Anytime, anywhere, any place. But if you learn Chuck Norris's, what do they call his karate, Chuck Fu or whatever the fuck they call it?
Chuck Fu.
It's Chun Kuk Do. That's his style of martial arts, Chun Kuk Do. And he created a whole set of rules for him. Now, you're a martial artist yourself. Is there a set of rules that you follow or what?
Oddly enough, many, I won't say all because I've ran into some clowns in my day. Many martial arts hold a lot of these same philosophies. For example, number 1 on this list is develop yourself to the maximum of your potential in all ways. So doing what you do to the best of your ability all day, every time.
So for me, I will continue to fuck, eat, and shit because that's what I do. I'm good at that. Yes. So I'm maximizing my potential on fucking, eating, and shitting. Yes. Now, number 2, I will forget the mistakes of the past and press on to greater achievements. So yeah, when I guess when I have diarrhea, I forget and I move on. No, but I do take that seriously because yeah, a lot of people are truly weighed down by their mistakes of the past. We all are. There's all shit where we kind of think about it and kind of cringe, go, oh yeah, I fucking did that. I fucking fucked up that day.
This is where number 3 comes into play. I will always be in a positive frame of mind and convey this feeling to every person I meet. So if you're weighed down by your mistakes of the past, you're not going to be positive too much.
You know, I try and be positive my damn self, but sometimes you just got to shit on people. Fuck that. Sometimes you just got to drop the bomb. All on motherfuckers. Let them know. Yeah, I try that because I'm trying to compare this to my life path because I have not seen the fame, fortune, and success of a Chuck Norris. So I'm trying to figure that out. It's because you have not been living by these 12 rules. Like number 4, especially, I will continue to work on developing love, happiness, loyalty in my family, and acknowledge that no other success will compensate for failure in the home. So this relates back to you having a job because Wells Fargo doesn't appreciate you if you don't have a job. They don't.
Love in your home.
And it's like, get your house in order, motherfucker. Because if your shit is fucked up at home, and we all know this. I know this from experience. Yeah, if shit's fucked up at home, shit's actually fucked up every place else. Just nobody's going to tell you because people are assholes like that. Oh, your life.
Let me ask you this. Who's mouthing off in the Chuck Norris household?
Nobody's mouthing off because he uses Chuck Norris to hit you one of them fucking karate kicks. Now, number 5, I will work for the good in all people and make them feel worthwhile. That seems like something you just use on girls. Yeah, I'm gonna make you feel worthwhile for a minute.
Well, no, you do use it on girls because you have to pay the prostitute to make her feel worthwhile. Because if not, just badness happens afterwards.
Know your value. So 6, if you have nothing good to say about a person, I will say nothing. Fuck that.
That's not true.
Fuck that.
You're
Fuck
a liar
that.
on that one.
Fuck that. Fuck that, Chuck Norris. Fuck that. You're a liar, Chuck. And you know what? If you don't have something good to say, you tell that motherfucker dead to his fucking face that, hey, I got some shit that I'm saying. Or you
that's so fresh talking, Mr. Norris. That's so fresh calling you a liar. So fresh saying fuck you. I don't want any part of that.
Or you slyly insult them while you're doing the podcast. One of the two. That's what you do.
Number 7, I will give so much of my time to the improvement of myself. I have no idea or no time to criticize others.
Nah, criticizing others just makes me want to improve myself. See that flaw you got right there? Yeah. I'm not going to have one of those because I'm criticizing you.
This is you not working on yourself right now because you're criticizing Chuck Norris.
I'm criticizing Chuck Norris's rules because, yeah.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
See, because I'm the captain, Chuck.
Which actually leads directly into number 8. I will always be enthusiastic about the success of others and about my own.
That's unrealistic. I try and cheer for other people, but if it's me and you in a race, fuck you. I'm going to get enthusiastic about you. You know what I'm saying? I bet Chuck Norris didn't walk into the ring of a fucking karate tournament and go, I'm enthusiastic about your success. No, Chuck Norris fucking put Chuck Norris Fist of Furies on a motherfucker and let him have it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm supporting. Is that supporting somebody's success when you're beating them down? Is that how success works, Chuck? You got to explain some of these rules because I don't know. Because that's not how you make somebody successful. You should lay down and be a pacifist if you want everybody to be successful. Man, are you butt fucking Bernie Sanders right now? What the fuck? This is just socialism all over the place.
Well, I will say this, and I've always said it. it is very, very easy for rich people, and I won't say wealthy people, I'll say rich people, to just kind of say, oh, be happy for everybody. Like for example, that Ellen DeGeneres shit. She can say, I say be kind to everybody, and that means everybody, because she's a fucking millionaire and doesn't really have shit to worry about. I'm with you on that instance. Sometimes you got to trip a motherfucker to get first place.
Yeah, you should write these. You should write these rules while you're broke as fuck. That's what I mean. Because obviously Chuck Norris was pretty damn rich when he wrote these rules, and if he wrote them while he was broke as fuck, I think they'd be way fucking different. Like he'd be like, you dot a motherfucker in the eye and you steal that piece of chicken. That's what that'd be one of the rules. What's the next one?
Number 9, I will maintain an attitude of open-mindedness towards another person's viewpoint while still holding fast to what I know to be true and honest.
That rule, number 9, that's what America needs right now. Seriously. I mean, with all the bullshit going on right now, that rule number 9, Chuck Norris's 12 morals and guidelines. Rule number 9, I think everybody needs to hold on to that because nobody can discuss shit. You bring up, man, I know motherfuckers, damn, they think of reasons to bring up Trump and bash him. I'm just like, man, I wasn't even talking about Trump. I was asking what you wanted for lunch. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was.
Let me throw something out there real quick. Let me throw something out there. And since we can't get Dame to do a Bust a Bucket remix, maybe we can make this go viral. Carlos Ray, Chuck Norris, for president 2020.
Oh, I who the fuck is Carlos Ray?
That's his real name. His Chuck Norris is like his stage name.
Oh wow, his name is Carlos Ray. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah. I think I'd heard that, but I forgot. I mean, because Chuck Norris is such a badass name. Why would you even want a different name?
Hey. Number 10. I will maintain respect for authority and demonstrate this respect at all times. You demonstrate that fucking respect.
Hey, that basically means stop protesting. Chuck Norris, because Chuck Norris is very right wing. Yeah, Chuck Norris is like, yo, I mean, he's not fucking around. And he basically said, yeah, you should stop protesting. All right, and you know what? That's cool, because Chuck Norris, I saw Bruce Lee whoop your ass in a movie. You know what? I just want to sidetrack real quick. You remember when you were a kid and you thought like karate movies were sometimes kind of real? You know what I'm saying? I saw Chuck Norris get his ass whooped by Bruce Lee, and I was like, okay, well, Bruce Lee could whoop his ass. I mean, just straight out. No choreography. Yeah, no, Bruce Lee just showed up on set, whooped Chuck Norris's ass, and they filmed it, and now it's on a movie. But I know that not to be true.
Number 11, I will always remain loyal to God, my country, my family, and my friends.
Now it feels like we got a little bit of repetition going on. I mean, wasn't I worried about my family and my friends, but now God's in the picture. Now, whoever your God may be loyal to him, because you know what? God is a vengeful God. Because I don't care what kind of fucking Bible you read, what kind of text you fuck with, you know your God is an asshole if you do him wrong. So I will remain loyal to your God.
That is true. Number 12 is kind of my favorite. I won't lie. I will remain highly goal-oriented throughout my life because that positive attitude helps my family, my country, and myself.
All right, so yeah, if you happen to be homeless and have no fucking
infomercial.
Yeah, if you happen to be homeless and have no goals, then yeah, he's talking to you because you hurt our country. If you have no goals, actually, yeah, everybody has goals. I mean, short-term, long-term goals, but Chuck Norris wants you to plan to have a life as good as his. And I'm wondering, with these 12 rules, if I follow them down to a T or to a Chuck, will I get rich like Chuck Norris? Because honestly, because you have to recite these rules as you're receiving your belts in Chuck Fu or where the fuck he teaches. And if you don't know the code of ethics, there's a lot of people who've taken up this code of ethics because Chuck Norris has karate schools. Karate, right. Nothing in hand. But Chuck Norris has karate schools, and a lot of motherfuckers have taken this oath, but none of them are as rich as Chuck Norris. I don't see anybody coming out in the UFC going, hey, I went to Chuck Norris karate school, and now I'm good. Hey, Chuck, how good are your fucking schools? I mean, I'm not trying to fuck with you, Chuck, but how good are your fucking schools? I mean, I want you to take a minute.
You know,
if I went to Chuck Norris karate school, I think I would just be a better person overall. Because, you know, the next time somebody tries to ask me to tip on a $1 cup of coffee at McDonald's, I can karate chop them in the fucking neck and have no remorse. Chuck Norris. Now, there's a good. It's fine that we got to talk about Chuck Norris for a second, but Chuck Norris has actually become bigger and bigger because Chuck Norris is a meme at this point in his life. I mean, nobody's watching Walker, Texas Ranger. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
You watch your fucking mouth. You watch your goddamn mouth. Alex fucking Trebek is the man. Chuck Norris, fucking Walker, Texas Ranger is the man. That show is amazing. And yes, I still do watch it.
So they started a website with Chuck Norris Facts. And actually, Chuck Norris did not approve this site and tried to sue these people, but they were able to keep it up because it's just for comedy. And I pulled off a couple interesting facts about Chuck Norris. Now, Chuck Norris does not wear a condom because there's nothing that can protect you from Chuck Norris. Another fun fact about Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris's tears can cure cancer. Too bad he has never cried.
Not even when he was born, ladies and gentlemen.
Not even when he was born. So, and if you can see Chuck Norris, he can see you. If you can't see Chuck Norris, you might only be seconds from death. I need to get a fucking karate chop sound. So that's So now I think you after listening to this episode, hopefully you live a better life. Don't you think?
I always live a better life. No, I live a better life every day. Every single day. Because I learned today, good sir, that I can make fun of a dead congressman and not feel bad about it.
I can make fun of anybody dead and not feel bad about it. So today I learned that Amazon Prime is a fucking scam and that 2-day free shipping is no longer working. So let me tell you my experience with Amazon Prime. I'm sitting here and I'm ordering the random shit that I order. And yes, it's way low dollar shit, motherfucker, because I need you to just drop this shit off. Yes, it costs more to ship most of the shit than I fucking spend. And these motherfuckers, when you go to click on it, they're like, oh, it'll be there tomorrow. When you pay for it, hey, it'll be here in 3 days. Yeah, I love that. Amazon, hey, fix that. Because the programming on Prime, I could bootleg that. There's nothing that's keeping me there. So that's what I learned this week. And I respectfully say that, you know, Jeff Bezos, while you're sitting there spending all your fucking fancy ass cash, you son of a bitch, you should really worry about us little people.
Don't make us send Chuck Norris after your ass, bitch.
Jeff Bezos and Chuck Norris. That'd be like watching Kill Bill or something. But yeah. It is really tough being the richest man on earth. But you know what time it is.
Oh, so you already know. So it's about that time to go. This is the Hype Podcast. Hey. I am the host with no name.
I'm DJ Oh So Fresh.
And we're kicking it with you every single week right here on The Hype. Don't forget about our friends over at Fortress Property Management. Hit them up, 503-752-8519 for all your property management needs in the Portland metro area.
Now, you want to
hang out with us? Whoa. You can hang out with our buddy Aaron with 1A on Fortress Fridays at noon, courtesy of Oh So Fresh.
That's all I had to say. I mean, really, I don't have much more to say about it. Maybe they should have let Fortress manage that fucking jail, and then people would actually rent it out. Oh no, it's for homeless people. They don't pay rent. Hey, I mean, hey, and if you are homeless and you have cash, Fortress can help you fix that. If you're just homeless, I don't think they can fix that. That's not like their thing. You know,
don't forget to check out at thehypepodcast.com, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Libsyn, and like and subscribe. Rate us 5 stars. Make us easy to find. Shout out to my buddy Andre, who's going to be a dad here in the next 7 to 9 months. living out there in Reno, Nevada. Well done, sir, and keep it up.
Andre does not wear a condom because there's no such thing that could protect you from Andre. This is the Hype Podcast. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
Because there is no protection from Andre.